The wars were over. Peace had settled over Jerusalem. King David sat quietly in his palace, his heart heavy with memories. Memories of his dearest friend, Jonathan, who had died years before. Their friendship was more than brotherhood. It was a covenant, sealed in loyalty and love before God. David's eyes turned distant as he whispered to himself, "Is there still anyone left of the house of Saul to whom I may show kindness for Jonathan's sake?" David's servants looked at one another, surprised. Most kings destroyed the families of former rulers, but David was not like most kings. Ziba, a former servant of Saul, was summoned before the throne. "Are you Ziba?" the king asked. "Yes, my lord," he replied. "Is there still anyone left of Saul's family?" David asked again, "that I may show him the kindness of God?" Ziba bowed. "There is one, a son of Jonathan. He is crippled in both feet." David leaned forward. "Where is he?" "In Lodebar," Ziba answered. "A barren place, far from the palace, where broken men went to be forgotten." The royal chariots thundered through Lodebar's dusty streets. People watched in confusion as the king's messengers stopped before a small, humble house. Inside, Mephibosheth trembled. He had been hiding for years, a crippled son of a fallen dynasty. When he heard the soldiers call his name, fear filled his heart. "The king has sent for you," they said. He bowed his head, whispering, "What does the king want with a dead dog like me?" But little did he know, mercy was calling his name. The palace doors open wide. Mephibosheth is carried in, nervous and trembling. David rises from his throne and steps forward. The hall falls silent. "Mephibosheth," he says gently. The young man falls on his face before the king. "Behold your servant," he whispers. Then David speaks words no one expected. "Do not be afraid, for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to Saul your grandfather, and you shall eat at my table continually." Mephibosheth gasps, his tears falling to the marble floor. "What is your servant, that you should look upon such a dead dog as I?" But the king only smiles. "Bring him a seat," David says, "for he will dine with the king." From that day forward, Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem. Though crippled in both feet, he sat daily at the king's table, as one of the king's own sons. A man once forgotten, now honoured. A soul once fearful, now at peace. Because of a covenant made long ago, between two friends who loved God, mercy had triumphed over judgment. David's kindness to Mephibosheth is more than a story of friendship. It is a picture of God's grace toward us. We were broken, forgotten, far away in our own Lodebar, but the king called our name. He lifted us up and gave us a seat at his table. And just like Mephibosheth, we dine with the king, not because of what we've done, but because of his covenant love.